Queer coding is when writers, intentionally or not, imply that a character is queer, which usually means gay, but is also an umbrella term for other marginalized identities based on gender or sexuality. Oh, I get it now, but isn't that a good thing? Doesn't that mean we get more representation in the media? Not exactly. Queer coding is harmful in a few ways, but the biggest one is that it's usually villains who are strongly queer coded. Disney villains are often the clearest examples of this. Hades from Hercules has feminine mannerisms and is seen drinking a girly drink. Jafar from Aladdin has feminine mannerisms, a feminine speech pattern, and looks to be wearing eye makeup. Scar from The Lion King, Governor Ratcliffe from Pocahontas, and Captain Hook from Peter Pan are usually seen as queer coded as well for similar reasons. Ursula from The Little Mermaid is even modeled after a drag performer named Divine. But this goes beyond Disney. The most obvious example I can think of is him from the Powerpuff Girls, who wears a pink tutu, is fanned by nearly naked men in one episode, and regularly switches between a high-pitched feminine voice and a deeper masculine voice. I don't get why that's bad. I loved all those villains. Yeah, I think a lot of queer people feel a connection to these villains because they can relate to them to some degree. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but the obvious queer coding of villains and the lack of queer protagonists makes it really easy for people to associate queerness with being evil. If the only time you ever see a feminine man is when he's evil, I don't think you're gonna have very positive associations towards feminine.
You get to call it misogyny when bad things happen to women in video games. Why don't I get to call it misandry when bad things happen to men? Because the principles of character design mean that no matter the video game, you can always pick out a prostitute based on what she's wearing. Non-player characters have a limited range of action, so the prostitute is always asking for it. Because in the God of War franchise, you can literally fuck Aphrodite as part of gameplay. Even the goddess of love isn't immune to a little left, right, up, down, ABA. Because when I put on the quote-unquote empowering metallic bikini of your favorite video game character and walk the convention floor, men touch me without asking. They ask me questions about my sex life and expect detailed answers. They treat me like so much public pixel and blame me for dressing in the only skin I get. Because Hitman Absolution penalizes you for murdering a hooker, but gives you the points back if you use her corpse to distract the cops. Because Republicans won't sign bills into law if they contain the phrase violence against women. Because there was a list in the boys' bathroom of my high school titled Cute New Freshman Girls to Fuck. And I was so unversed in violence, I was hurt that my name wasn't on it. Because a new study asserts up to 40% of rape victims are male, but video games only imitate the kinds of tragedies men want to fantasize about. Because when I told him I didn't want another drink, I saw his eyes light up with a new achievement to unlock. Because when I talk less than men, they think I'm talking more. Because their voices crash into me like I am hoarding spinning coins and first aid kits, and they are cracking me open in the hopes of absorbing something valuable. It's not looting. The game was built this way. Because this is the second night death threats have driven game critic Anita Sarkeesian from her home, her house flayed open like a wound. Because you don't understand when I say that you can't have my body because there's already somebody living in it. Because men may be more likely to die in wars statistically, but you've never fucking been in one. Because you keep saying women, like there's no telling between us. A catalog of stop-motion stereotypes, unpiloted patter of color and sound by the logic of character design. I can infer that when bad things happen to women in video games, they're really happening to me. It's my shirt shredded, my neck snapped, my body breaking to prop open a gate, to prop up your mail, because nothing makes a more gratifying prop because she's playing the woman card, because she's playing the victim card, the rape threats card, the posted her address online card, the I'll fucking kill your parents card, because you still think this is all just a game.
So reverse racism doesn't exist, and I want to talk about that and really evaluate that. Not coming from a place of playing the victim, but trying to get through this to become more socially conscious together, me and you. Let's do that. So chances are, if you're claiming reverse racism is a real thing, you're a white person who has been insulted or discriminated against because of the color of your skin, because you're white. And that's shitty, and I'm sorry that happened to you. But the reason why that is not racism is because it is not reinforced by years of societal values or holds any truth of social realities. It's like if you were making fun of someone because they couldn't walk, but they really could walk, so they would just get up, brush it off, and be like, well, I can walk, so screw you. But if you really were making fun of someone who couldn't walk because they couldn't walk, that insult is reinforced by their reality, which makes that insult have so much more weight than if it did if it weren't a reality.
Princess Peach speaks. Thanks, Mario!
I guess.
For fighting all those Koopa Troopas.
And riding on the backs of dolphins.
And traveling all the way to Star World to save me.
You keep saying it was a lot of hard work.
How you almost lost all of your 99 lives.
How I should be grateful.
But from my corner of the castle, it looked a lot like adventure.
But
what do I know?
I'm just a kitten caught up in a tree.
I get to sit in this 8-bit castle.
Guarded by that fire-breathing turtle fuck. And I'm here for however long it takes your
slow shit ass to get past that fucking flying level. And now, of course, what I want to do is get married, enter into another imprisonment called matrimony with you.
You, whose brother wears the exact same outfit as you, except in a different color.
Like twin little fucking infants.
He's always whispering into my hair.
Damn, Peach, if only I'd got to you first. But your princess is in another castle.
Filing her taxes.
Because she's a princess.
And makes a hell of a lot more money than you.
Mario, when she needs her toilet unclogged.
She'll call you.
Mario, but your princess is in another castle.
I don't know, preparing to inherit rule of an entire country?
Princess Peach got work to do. Princess already brushed her hair today.
Now Princess gotta make some phone calls.
Send some emails. Get her ball gown fitted just right. Oh! You thought Princess was trapped by Bowser?
Maybe Princess hired Bowser as a bouncer.
Because she didn't have time to reject you at the door.
What makes you think every time Princess doesn't answer, it means she needs your help?
Can a woman get some alone time around here to deal with her shit?
What shit, you ask?
I don't know. Body image, rape culture, motherhood, gender roles, the fact that no one will let her wear anything but a pink dress. You ride a dinosaur who comes in more colors than I do.
I don't ever get to ride a dinosaur.
You fought off a baseball-throwing football player, and now you're entitled to Peach's peach? I should have stayed with Bowser, because at least he called himself Monster.
At least he knew what he was.
Not some one-dimensional super nerd who thinks human decency is foreplay, who thinks the savior complex gets me wet.
You're a plumber.
So I thought you'd be able to smell your own bullshit. You're the date who buys a nice dinner then calls me a bitch when I don't let you upstairs.
You're the guy on the street who tells me to smile before cutting it into me.
You're all the states in America where it is legal to rape your wife. So fuck you, Mario.
Here's a level.
You can beat it. Get a life.